Hey everyone. Today, before I start my 2 meetings, I'm going to be caught up in all day because I'm going to be helping some up and coming entrepreneurs build their websites. I wanted to drop some gems for you. These are 5 traits that you need to be a business person in general, but especially to be a successful one. So here we go. The first one is kind of a twofer. You need to be open-minded and opportunistic. You need to be able to be able to see the opportunities that lie ahead, right? So that could mean, in business, it generally means when you can see like some sort of issue or some sort of problem that you can fix, right? For example, a lot of people, or there was this one invention that somebody had, right? And it was like something that you put in your car to stop stuff from falling between the cracks, right? Something so simple that was $1 million idea. And that's kind of what you do. You search for those little cracks. So it could be dry skin in the winter, but somebody that wants something more of a waxy kind of balm feel. It could be somebody that wants a body butter, but they want also like the moisturizing of it. Just all these little issues that you can be solving in the industry. Be open-minded so you can be able to see them when they come, and be opportunistic to be able to get in on that opportunity and know that opportunities don't last forever. Number 2, you need to be teachable. Even if you aren't necessarily learning from somebody, which I would advise if you want to just advance yourself quicker in business and kind of get around all the obstacles, getting a teacher would do that. But you just need to be teachable. You need to be a student to everything. You need to be always learning. If you are in a position in your mind where you think that you can't be taught anything, I know is kind of your answer. No, you don't know anything. You need to be 100% teachable and open to learning something new. That is going to get you through the hard parts of business where things are stagnant or slow, because it happens to everybody. And in order to get out of those places in business, you have to learn how to be teachable, be open to learning something maybe that you're not seeing. Number 3, you have to be highly adaptable. Kind of ties into what I just said with number 2. And the reason why is because the market is ever changing. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to change yourself or your identity, your rebrand, or anything new like that, but you just have to adapt to new changes. For example, when it comes to marketing, now what we've had to do over the past few years when it comes to marketing is, like, for me, example, I still do take really great pictures, but I had to go from just taking pictures because pictures were getting me a lot of sales to now learning how to make videos and do content, talk to you guys. These are all things that I've had to adapt to that I didn't have to do at first. And we don't know exactly what those things are going to be. So you have to be adaptable so that you can be ready for whatever the change is, whenever it's going to happen. You can quickly make those changes and do well with those changes. Number 4, are we on now? You have to be accountable, okay? There's a lot of self-care that goes into it, right? Take care of yourself. Don't be super hard on yourself, things like that. But at the same time, business is feast or famine. It is as tough as this, because somebody else, one of my Facebook friends, just said this, and it's very true. If you don't hunt, you don't eat. And so with that being said, also, if you're out and hunting and you don't do what you need to do to secure that meal, you're not going to eat. So it is very much so 100% on you and your responsibility. If you are not doing well in your business, you need to be accountable in one of 2 ways. Either A, realizing that you need to outsource because you don't have the resources, and it's okay. That's not a moment of defeat. That's actually an opportunity for you to grow. Okay, so tuck that ego and outsource if you need to. Or maybe it is something that you could be doing more of that you're not doing enough of. If it's consistency, you got to be accountable, and you got to be like, you know what? Yes, it's hard. Give yourself a minute. For me, I love to give myself little pity parties whenever I need them. Take a pity party for an hour. I'll take a break. I will go and get myself a drink. I'll go take a shower, go gather myself. And then you got to get back up and get on it. Even when you don't feel like it, when you're having an awful day, whatever it is, you got to know that the work you put in is going to get you where it needs to go. But also whatever work you're missing is going to put you behind and where you need to stay. So a little bit of pressure there, but you have to be accountable. Last but not least, you gotta have that perseverance, baby. You gotta have that stamina, because this business, now, success is not linear. It's never on an up and up type of thing. You're gonna go like this, maybe like this a little, maybe like that, maybe a little bit of not really growth, but just kind of made stagnancy a little bit. So you gotta have that stamina. This is not a race. This is not a sprint. Whatever you're doing today may not work tomorrow. You got to give yourself patience, and you got to just have the energy for this, the energy to have all the other skills. And a big way that you do that, now this will tire you really quickly if whatever you're doing right now, you're trying to force it to be your one source of income. Never put your eggs in one basket. Have it to where you have other things, so you're not relying so heavy on this, so it's not like feast or famine. Have other things that you also help you financially, just in case you need to have a little bit more time, you have a setback or whatever, you got to work on something. It's not going to feel so heavy if you have more than one stream of income, and you give yourself patience with this. You understand the seeds you plant today are not gonna sprout today. They're not gonna sprout tomorrow. It takes time, it takes watering. So you gotta keep going, right? For example, let me give you one. If you plant a seed today and you water it all day, and then you're like, oh, I'm tired of watering it. It's been 3 days and nothing's growing. Then, well, you're going to give up, and you're not going to, keep going and keep seeing what that progress is going to be. It might sprout up on day 5. You never know. But when you quit ahead of time and you don't have the perseverance, and you just get tired and worn out, and you're just like, F this, whatever, then you're not going to see the results of what you have. So you got to be able to persevere, pace yourself, breathe. This is not a sprint. It's a marathon. So the takeaway from all these things, right? Success is a mentality. It's really something that you have in your brain. And it's crazy because you have to be a little bit delusional, and you have to be very realistic at the same time, right? When I say delusional, it's like you got to see the vision when nobody else does. And delusional is a harsh word, but it's what it feels like sometimes. You got to see the vision when nobody else does. You have to see, whenever there is an opportunity somewhere, right? But you also have to be realistic enough to know when something is not going to work for you right now. You have to know when to quit, know when to walk away. It's different for everybody. Best thing you can do really is have a trusted business buddy to bounce these ideas off of, because you can have a great idea, and if you have the wrong person to bounce ideas off of, they can shut you down, and you'll be like, yeah, nah. And then you watch somebody else take off with that idea that was yours, that you could have had. And then also, you need the right kind of person that's able to hold you accountable enough, because you could be doing something that ain't gonna work, right? And they could be cheering you on to your downfall, and then you're just like, okay, this ain't gonna work. So it's all about balance, but it's a mentality. Anybody really can do this. You can do this, but not everybody will. Okay, so you just have to have the mindset. You have to set your mind up for success. You have to set your mind up to be open and very receiving and very humble. Being a business owner is not something that everybody else can do, because it calls for a lot of humility and a lot of accountability. But hey, we're in this together, right? So I hope this was helpful for whoever it's going to help. I'll see you guys on the next video. I gotta go jump into these few meetings. I hope you guys have a very productive Friday. Bye.